How's it guys, Reva here. Today we find ourselves with a very exciting showdown, Krig 6 versus the Fara 83. Since the Warzone Season 4 Reloaded update, I've been a big fan of the Krig 6, being one of the few weapons that actually received a small buff, and anyone who watched my previous gameplay video will know how I praised this weapon for being so easy to pick up and play with. But let's not forget about another weapon that just before the Season 4 Reloaded update reigned supreme, the Fara 83. It has seen multiple nerfs to its recoil and a maximum damage decrease, so that begs the question, which of these two powerhouse weapons are worthy to be part of your long range or sniper support loadouts? Well, in this video we'll answer all of that. We'll take a deep dive into the base stats, time to kill and recoil control of both these weapons. So if you guys enjoy this type of content and want to stay up to date with everything Warzone, make sure you're subscribed, hit that like button so this video can reach more people, and let's get technical. Jumping into the base stats first, we can see that the Fara 83 has a much higher firing rate than the Krig 6, but falls behind the Krig 6 when it comes to damage per bullet and first damage range drop off. Like always, a faster firing rate makes a weapon much more forgiving when you miss your shots, and can sometimes also lead to a faster time to kill even though you're doing less damage per bullet. And taking a look at the time to kill charts, that's exactly what we see. The Fara 83 has a faster time to kill when it comes to chest shots, stomach shots and headshots in both the first and second damage ranges, and has currently overall one of the fastest time to kills in the game when it comes to assault rifles, beating out other weapons like the XM4, M4A1 and Groza. But all of these numbers for the Fara comes with a catch, which we'll get into shortly. But first, let's jump into the meta builds I recommend for both of these weapons, starting off with the Krig 6. We take the agency suppressor for the bullet velocity increase and effective damage range increase. Next is the CMV barrel, gives us another boost to bullet velocity and effective damage range, while also assisting with recoil. For the optic, I decided to go with my favorite, Axial Arms 3X. Best medium to long range optic in my opinion. For the ammunition, I decided to go for the Stannax 60 round mag. And lastly, the Field Agent foregrip, just to eliminate any little recoil there might be left on this weapon. And we end up with a build that prioritizes effective damage range and bullet velocity, while also keeping the recoil as low as possible. Next up, we'll try to do the same for the Fara 83, starting off with the GRU suppressor. Gives us a boost to effective damage range and bullet velocity. Next, the Spetsnaz RPK barrel. Gives us a further boost to bullet velocity and effective damage range while also assisting with recoil control. For the optic, we went with the Axial Arms 3X for the same reasons as with the Krig 6. Ammunition, we opt for the 60 round Spetsnaz mag. Makes it easier to spray down enemies for longer. And we're ending things off with the Spetsnaz grip. Gives us the biggest horizontal and vertical recoil control boost. So we also end up with a build that maximizes effective damage range and bullet velocity while keeping the recoil as low as possible. But how do these meta builds affect the stats of each of these weapons? We can see the Krig 6 ends up with a higher bullet velocity and a much higher first damage range drop off of 56.43 meters. The Krig 6 also has faster ADS time, movement speed and reload times compared to the Fara. But the most important thing is, even though the Fara has a faster time to kill in the first damage range drop off, that damage range drop off ends at 40 meters, meaning that between 40 meters and 56 meters the Krig 6 will kill faster than the Fara 83. And that's on stomach, chest and headshots. And even though the Fara 83 takes the time to kill lead again after 56 meters, it comes with a big caveat, recoil. And the recoil on both of these weapons perform very differently. Let's start off by checking out the Krig 6. This is just me shooting, not trying to control the recoil. And as we can see, there's very little horizontal and vertical recoil. And let's do the same with the Fara 83. Off the bat, we can see the Fara 83 has much more vertical recoil, making it much harder to control, especially at range. So even though you have a higher time to kill potential at range, to reach that with this type of recoil will be much more difficult than with the Krig 6. And that brings us to our final verdict. So to summarize, the Krig 6 has much better recoil control, making it much easier to hit targets at a distance. It also has a faster time to kill between 40 and 56 meters. And overall it's just a much more nimble weapon with a higher ADS time and movement speed. The Fara 83 really shines up close with one of the fastest time to kills when it comes to assault rifles, up to 40 meters. But the long range recoil control makes this weapon very difficult to handle. And even though it has high time to kill potential at range, to reach that for the average player will be very difficult. But that's just my own conclusion, and I've really had a lot of fun running the Fara 83 in Rebuff Island, where most of the combat takes place close to medium range, and that's really where this weapon shines. But for everyone else, I think the Krig 6 will just be the better pick up and play weapon, a much easier choice for the new Warzone player. And do I see the Krig 6 getting some adjustments in Season 5? I really think so. Because at the moment I think it's just too easy to reach that high time to kill potential. It takes the fun out of what makes a powerful weapon challenging to use. But if you guys have any different opinions, let me know in the comments below, and if you guys want me to compare any specific two weapons, I would love to hear from you. So I really hope you guys enjoyed the video and learned something new, and like always, remember, stay safe, stay gaming. I'll check you guys in the next one.